Connecting.
Wait, when I can turn it on.
You're on. No.
No. I have to see
This
this time.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jeremy.
I'm Macy. This is Piper.
We got Piper here tonight. We're going to do some counter canter stuff today. We talked to you guys about how we wanted to demonstrate that on a horse that kind of knew it and now is learning it, right?
Yes.
So you guys saw it on Dubs, who was pretty good at it. Now we're going to see it on Piper. Right? She's not quite so good at it.
Oh, scared greenhouse.
Oh, greenhouse making noise.
I'm trading you.
Greenhouse is making noise. That's not good. So she has not done much counter cantering at all. Just enough to kind of keep her head above water.
Right.
Right. So for her, counter cantering is going to be a big loop. We're not going to get nearly as much, like, how should I say that? We're not going to get as much out of the maneuver as we would with Dubs. Right.
Or a peanut.
We're not looking to fix anything on this horse with a counter canter.
Hello, Kathy.
With this horse, we're going to be more like just teaching her, right? So remember we said last night, we talked about how we're going to use some maneuvers, tighten this horse up, right? And some maneuvers open them up.
Right.
So this maneuver is going to open her legs up. She wants to get really tight-legged. She wants to get really close with her hinds. So that'll help her a lot.
Right.
Okay?
That will
So,
help.
yeah, what's going on, guys?
Trying to get my videos uploaded.
We're not going to obliterate you.
No, we would
No,
never
we'll
do
be
that.
nice. We'll be nice. Yeah, so you guys have been doing awesome with your videos.
Yeah, they've been
everybody's
really
been
fun.
sending them in. Horses look great. You guys making lots of progress. We want to know, right? We want to find your holes. I promise you we can work through them.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
So as long as you make sure that you're riding along and you're not like getting aggressive, you're not going to bite off more than you can chew.
Right.
When you start getting aggressive, then that horse got to fight his way out, and that won't be good. All right? So today we'll talk a little bit more about bouncing your seat, because a lot of people had trouble doing that. And that's going to be a big maneuver for us.
Later, watching the virtual.
Virtual vigil. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so prayers to everybody in Nova Scotia. That was an awful deal.
Yeah.
Lockdown.
Kids until December 31st?
What?
What?
In Canada? Bonnie, everything's canceled till December 31st? Wow. So we just extended our lockdown until May 15th.
Really?
Huh?
December 30th. For what reason?
That's, wow. That's a long time. I saw they just canceled,
Wow.
they just canceled that big futurity. The lunge line stuff that Katrina wanted to show our
baby at?
Zuko at. Yeah.
We,
Oh, what
in
a
New
shame.
Brunswick, Yep.
In New Brunswick. Wow.
We kind of opened up a little bit. You can.
We relaxed the kind of ridiculous rules. Like
you can go out on your boat now.
You can boat. Yep.
And you can mow your lawn.
Yep.
And you can paint.
Yep.
Because we couldn't paint for some reason.
You could paint, you just couldn't buy it in big stores.
Yep.
Yep.
Because our leader's an idiot, Kelly. Aw.
Oh, that'll happen.
Oh,
Dental, plus I had a new case. Wow.
Saskatchewan's gonna start slowly reopening. Wow, all exhibitions and fairs. Such a huge bummer. Oklahoma's back up.
Opening back up? Yeah, so
Yep.
we're opening back up slowly.
Yep. We extended the actual lockdown.
May 15?
May 15. Yep. And then strongly recommended that you wear a face mask out in public. Yep.
Which we usually do.
Yeah, we go to grocery stores and stuff. We always wear a mask. Yep.
Been social distancing.
Things for Southern Utah. Yeah. Show up on sports fields, but sports are canceled. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Nova Scotia's May 30. Calgary Stampede's canceled. Wow. Bobby, where are you from?
Imagine December 31st.
That's a long time.
that's, you know what? That has to change at some point.
Everything's locked down, like you cannot even.
Like this kind of lockdown where you guys can't hardly leave the house? Like, or is it like.
Oh, like no flying in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because if it's like
that might be.
like this where nothing's open except the grocery stores and essential stuff, that would be a tough year right there.
I'd go insane.
Yeah.
There'd be no businesses
It'd be a real
left.
tough year. First time in over 100 years. Wow.
Wow.
Heather from Utah.
Utah.
What's
Woo!
up? We love Utah. I miss Utah
I do
so
too.
much.
So you want to come to Canada to visit?
If you guys want to set up a clinic in Utah, I will gladly go there.
Yes.
And we'll go skiing. That was so much fun. We skied in Salt Lake. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Best skiing of my life. There's one place, I forget where it was, but we could ski at night. And we were skiing and there was
I remember
just
that.
this soft powder falling and the snow was so
we
quiet.
took like the secret track that was blocked off. We were like,
Yeah.
we went down there.
We got skiing in the dark and it was just so quiet.
It was so quiet.
The powder there was just amazing that you could just, it was incredible. So serene to just ski quiet.
We were allowed to visit one of those household.
They have to commit and so they, wow. Major events, we're talking about a lot. All social gatherings, about 10 people. Wow.
Oh my goodness, that's so sad.
You have dirt on you.
I know, I'm a mess.
Yeah, this has been a crazy year. That's for sure. My money's on no Congress. My money's on it won't happen.
Yeah, that's so sad though.
Yep, I saw. That's interesting. We were just talking yesterday about how AQHA should allow level 1 at the World Show, right?
Yeah,
And they allowed it.
They allowed allowed it.
They just allowed that. I saw that
But
announcement.
I feel like they have to.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you
And
have
then I
to.
saw the paint people. So we got a lot of paints in this barn. Paints were in a bit of an uproar, right? I guess it was a divide, right? Because paints, they've extended novice and youth eligibility out another year. So if this was your last year, 14-18, you get to go again next year.
What?
If it was your last year, 13-under, you get to go again next year. And then novice, if you noviced out, then you get to go again next year.
Well, that's good.
And then they
that's
changed
kinda cool, though.
they changed the registry so that if you have one paint pattern marking thing, then you could get regular registry papers or something, like a genetic marker, one paint parent. If there's a paint person on there, correct me, because it sounded like it opened up the door to a lot of solids and even some crop out quarters
I
being
think
regular
they
registry.
show peanut.
It sounded like a lot of solids would get regular registry from that.
That's
So
messed up.
you guys can clarify, but
Anyone in South Korea?
South Colorado,
Stop spreading the germs. Aw.
yep,
I can't imagine. I would go insane.
yeah.
But I think we're 19 people away.
Yes, we were
So, yeah.
131.
So,
You guys are racking them up.
and then once we hit 150, we're gonna do custom spurs.
We'll do the custom
so
spurs, yes.
We're super, super close.
That would be amazing.
What do you guys think about the Pinot World Show canceling?
Seems on par. It's gonna be a long time before we go back to normal as far as like
I
big
can't-
gatherings.
yeah,
Like
I
that's why I
can't-
say no Congress.
Right, I can't imagine like being at the Congress and being able to have that many people watch.
Yeah, I
the
mean
show.
Ohio. There's like 100,000 some people that come into Ohio. That's just not gonna happen.
Yes.
Right. And that's one of those things where you can't just give people a space between the seats, like they're talking about in stadiums and planes.
They said
It's not
one
gonna
paint parent, two paint. One paint parent.
Yay for us, burnt solid bit paints. Yeah. Yep. You guys can get one. One paint parent, two paint traits. Yeah. So the paint traits were what it was, and there's some weird ones like a blue eye and the chin
Something,
white.
yeah.
Like there's very specific paint traits that you gotta
Yeah,
have.
on our other site, our www.patreon.com/LSH
Yep,
a lot
yep,
of
on
stuff.
Patreon.
Yep.
So yeah, so we're very excited about that.
And
Very
if you're
close on that.
if you're a Patreon member, you're like I think at the drawing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, if you're one of our teammates on there, you'll be entered in the drawings. That'd be really fun.
You will be.
That'd be awesome.
But we're gonna do counter carrying stuff with
Yes.
Piper
Piper.
today.
Yes, we're gonna counter carry this one around. Hopefully ride the struggle bus for you guys.
I got my tennis shoes on. So
Hopefully we
I can
get the running shoes on today. We ended up hauling through the dirt a little bit today.
We did.
So we saw this one before. If you guys missed it, we were teaching her a little bit of hip around stuff. This one kicked out at my foot. She gets a little bit cranky about your spurs sometimes. Invitation only paints daughter, so typical invitation, pretty tough in its hips. So the things that you will struggle with your horse at home, hopefully we see some of them here tonight. And this horse works through it.
Yeah.
Right? A little show,
Little
not a big
show,
show,
yeah.
but a little show.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
New to watching.
Well, welcome, Corey.
What time?
Love having you here.
Finish running. What timing? Oh, perfect.
Awesome. Very good. Haven't shown in a year. Wow. So you broke your hip. That's not good.
Ooh.
That's not good. I want your weather today. 100 degrees. What? In California?
That's insane.
That'd be terrible. This is nice. This is finally nice out here today.
It is. Like there's actually
60
no
degrees.
wind,
Yep.
and it
Yep.
feels really, really.
We've been
good.
waiting for this for a long time.
Yes, we have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, let's get started. We can rock this thing out.
Perfect. Okay. I grab this. Thank
Are you all
you.
set with that?
I need this for the chat. Okay, Pipey. You guys should see this horse's tail. It is like dream goals. I wish my hair looked like this. Next time I'm gonna take it down for the live video. It's so pretty.
It is pretty amazing.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
All right, don't bite me already. Don't bite me already. We haven't even got started yet. Don't chew on me. All right, so when you guys go to bounce your seat, we'll start there. All right. I see a lot of people really struggle with that. It's just here. All right, just like straight up and down, kind of push off your toes. I don't want to see you like come up here, and you don't have to like really wind up to it. It's more like the down that you want to hit on. Okay. So like a lot of people like trying to get themselves really high. I just want to come up and try to slam down. Okay, so it's like down on my horse. So get to where you can just kind of bounce like this, or just push off your feet, because what that's going to do for you is you can bring your spurs in and bounce and cluck. Yep, there we go. And we get moving forward, okay? So bring your spurs in, clucking, get moving forward. That's kind of what we're looking for. And getting to where you can hug your feet as you squeeze your spurs, okay? So hugging your spurs, bouncing as you keep your feet on. That way you're not kicking much at all with your horse, I don't want to kick her to do my transitions, because what I'm looking for is I want this horse to come up underneath of me when I bounce, all right? So the biggest thing about that is use your voice too, right? You'll kind of, it's pretty easy to run out of air doing that, okay? So if I wanted to trot her off, I'd come here, drop my feet out, and see, like the whole time I'm warming her up, just keeping her down in my hands like we saw before, closing my spurs, making sure she doesn't do much, all right? I don't really want, when I just close my legs and I get my legs onto her sides, her to be upset, okay? So trying to get her to where she'll let me put my feet on and just kind of sit there, okay? So there's a medium amount of pressure that we want to have where she does nothing, all right? And that's, I think a lot of people get that kind of messed up because they run away from your feet. You got to be able to put your spurs on, have that horse really do nothing, and then apply more pressure and have it do something, okay? So we're here, I'm gonna trot her off, so I'm gonna drop my feet out, I'm gonna take my legs, scoop underneath, squeeze my calves, all right? I want this horse first to be on my calves, then on my shanks, and then right here, we'll trot her up. So I'm gonna cluck. There's that little hole, right? And we're cold, right? We're right out of the box, so we're gonna end up with that. So I just ignore it, right? That'll go away. I'm feeling her texture right now. What kind of horse do I have? Okay? What I feel is tight. I feel a tight horse. So when I got my calves on her belly, I'm kind of feeling like, does it feel like I'm pushing on soft clay or Play-Doh or a brick wall, all right? And right now it kind of feels like I'm pushing on a brick wall. So my mission for this horse is to get her, by the time I'm done with my ride, to where she doesn't feel like I'm sitting on a brick wall on both of her sides. Okay, so it's gonna be right where the white is. Right here is where I feel this horse, right here. This is where I'm hugging that horse to me, okay? So when I bring my calves in, that's where I get an idea of the texture of this horse. So she's backing up. right there, good. So what's my hole gonna be, right? We know she's gonna be bad off this foot out here. But which way does she lope worse? To the left, okay? So we got a long way to go getting her opened up back there where she doesn't kick out and protest that foot, okay? So here, trot up, good, that's better. And see how I just cluck and bounce my seat. So the second she starts trotting off, I just get out, right? Not clucking anymore, not gonna bounce, just gonna let her ride along, okay? So here, this horse is a good example of one that I can't do a lot of stopping and turning and backing to fix things. Go ahead.
What do you typically do if you apply your calf or spur and they respond with a little bit more forward?
Side pass for your transition, okay? So whenever they go too much forward, and she's gonna do it too. So I'm gonna come here, walk, right? I come in, I wanna get to where I put my legs on. If I can't put my legs on, I just take their neck to the side. And then all the forward that they're gonna have is gonna take them a little bit sideways. So just taking that neck a little bit over here, sliding his hand out wide, is gonna make her go sideways, and then you can let things come back out and go forward up into it. So right there. See how I didn't get nearly as much protest for that one? Much better. Okay, so always if your horse goes that way, right, it goes out here, make your transition happen from somewhere back here, okay? Somewhere lateral, somewhere side to side, not so much forward, right? Don't let that horse just go forward on you. So that's what we want to get out of there. Remember we talked yesterday about how when I go to my spurs, I want something to happen under here, okay? I don't want something to happen up there. So getting this horse to operate more over here is just simply taking her from being out there and making her go side to side. So she can't go as much forward anymore, okay? So this horse being tight like she is, I'm not gonna do much stopping and backing to fix things with her. Not much stopping and backing and turning because I wanna keep things open, all right? We got a horse that she likes to come up with her neck like that. She kind of comes up like this. So you kind of want to think about the style of horse you have. Some horses want to be out there, all right? This horse doesn't necessarily want to be out there. When she gets frustrated, when she gets mad, she wants to come back this way, all right? So she wants to shut things down, kind of pop her neck up and start moving her shoulders back. So some of you guys have horses like this. My advice to you is always keep them open and moving. So I'm gonna keep things open, keep things moving. Every correction is gonna look like this, and then I might square things up and go back off, right? And see how I don't have to kick her to go off then? Her legs are already in motion. So anytime I get stuck on one, like we saw, there's Jasmine's mare, right? Jasmine's mare wanted to suck back on us and not go forward. So when they do that, this is what Jasmine will be doing. Take your head to the side, get this shoulder in line, push this over, and take the power away out of her neck. And then I can just go back forward right here. Just like that. And see those legs just pop right back up into it, right? So for Jasmine's horse in particular, and the guys that have horses like that, she wants to dive her shoulder in this way to the left. So what happens is we think about steering with our hand, we're trying to pull her head back this way, and all that does is open her shoulder up to go more that way. So here's what we were telling you to do instead, Jasmine. Instead of pulling your head this way, to try to think about steering her back over that way, she's leaking her left shoulder. So slide over here, push this shoulder back in line, and see how that puts my body where I wanted to go, okay? If you kept pulling your head, your body would be running Macy over there, right? So if I kept pulling my head this way, this shoulder can keep leaking out, and I can end up with a big old problem. I'm trying to steer her with her head back over this way. And what I want to tell you guys is don't steer with your head. Steer with your horse's shoulders. Where do her shoulders need to go? This is how I'm going to get back over to the fence. Control my shoulders, okay? Really want you to understand that. So don't try to steer your horse's chin around. Steer their shoulders around, okay? Good. So I'm here, just opening this horse up, pushing her out, letting her warm up, and like, I'm demonstrating stuff, but I'm testing things, right? Like I still feel like she's a little tense on my feet. She still feels like there's a lot of softness to get out of her belly, which will soften up the way she hits the ground a lot. So if she's kind of hitting the ground kind of snatchy right here, I know I can make this trot a lot softer and a lot floatier when she softens her belly up, when she softens her middle of her body up and lets me come in and help her off my feet, okay? But see, like this horse has shown that she kind of wants to be more of a hunter horse, but you don't see me working on a long trot so much. I want to work on standing her up, getting her broke first, and then once she operates from back here and doesn't want to go forward with her body, then I can start pushing her out and pushing her legs out. So like my hunters are going to learn how to slow jog, every one of them. So I'm going to come over here, touch this shoulder, got a little bit of head pop right there, got a little bit of braces in my ribs right here. So just doing a maneuver, right? Standing this outside shoulder up, bringing her over, make her cross these feet up, make her keep her neck down through it, stay soft in my hands, left leg up by her shoulder, standing her up. There, set her down, feel her out. So you guys, we talked about doing the maneuvers, right? So I can do my circle, I'm back out to my big circle here, my straight line, do a small circle up here, come around, small tight circle, small tight circle, come around, got both feet on, letting her come around. My feet are trying to feel the texture of her belly, trying to get her to soften up. My hands are what's bringing her across here. See this rein up towards my midline, right there, up towards me. Not going across her neck because I don't want her to jump over, so this hand's keeping her square. Once I like the feel of it, we'll go back out straight. We'll see what we got. Back out straight. And I feel that belly soften up a little bit. All right? So I'm here. We'll do another circle right here. For all you guys whose horses want to get really forward on you, taking this like this and standing this shoulder up makes her hold the ground on this right and swing around with her left. Okay? So I'm putting that button in where now I'll be able to pick this left hand up on her neck and she's gonna come up and around to me. And I wanna have that on both sides. So I can set her down, she's gonna keep her body up to me, stay on my feet right here. Both spurs in her, both spurs around her belly. She's sitting on the shanks of my spur here. I want her on my feet. So when I go straight, she can be on my feet right there. And she gets a little lost, right? Gets a little bit lost. Go ahead.
Jasmine said almost like a counter bend for smaller circles.
Yep, almost like a counter bend, but I'm not taking her head very far, okay? I'm keeping her neck mostly in the middle because I don't want to bend her too far. Like if you go across her neck, she's gonna do this. And she's not gonna make that corner. If I do this, with her head to the side like that, she's not gonna make that corner because she's not in a high enough grade level to do that, all right? So if you think about it as, remember we talked about the different grade levels of our horse, the different grades of this maneuver. So my first maneuver looks like this, bend her head towards the circle. So this is kindergarten, grade school level stuff right here. We're bending our head towards the circle like this. We're gonna just follow our nose around, all right? Just follow your nose like this, and then I'm gonna square things up. This is the high school level maneuver, because now she's gotta get off my foot more, because she's not getting as much guidance out of my hand. Okay, so right here, right leg on, she's gonna come off my spur more. So when she does that, she's up off my spur really well, she'll come around that corner.
So would you say they're counter bent or they're straight in their neck?
Straight.
Straight in their neck?
Yep. So if this is regular bend, right here, regular bend circle like this, and this is straight in their neck, this is high school level move, then a counter bend, you see where, like as I put more spur on there, she's not gonna make that corner, right? So she's told me already, I don't like your spur on there, I'm not gonna make that corner, right? So I got more work to do before I increase the difficulty by bending her head to the right, which would be a counter bend, right? Where if I have her head over here, because her neck is away from where she's going, she's gotta rely more on my foot. So I don't have this horse good enough off my feet yet to make that maneuver, right? So if we're just trying to figure out, well, what grade is my horse in, put their neck in different positions, okay? Make them look where they're going. If they can make that, they're in grade school. Make their neck straight. If they can do that and do that off my foot, it takes more spur to turn the corner then. This is high school. If I could do this and still keep my shoulders going straight or go left, that's gonna be college, all right? So grade school, high school, college, right? 3 levels of that maneuver, good.
Is that how you break apart the shoulder from the rib cage and hip?
Bingo, bingo. Yep, and it's how I'm gonna separate. It's a good test to see, do I have this horse up off this spur, right? Does it get off this leg really well? If it doesn't, right, if it can't get off this leg really well, then there's no way I'm gonna take her head this way and turn that way, because she's not good enough off this leg. And I know that already about her. Go ahead.
When a horse has a problem bringing their head around, would that be a body problem?
100%.
It's usually up by your spur.
Yep.
Like if you take their head to the left, which would be, take your head to the left, so I see.
This?
Yeah, it'd be up by your left spur usually when they get really
Okay.
bracy.
If you can't bring your head right here really soft, push your body this way,
Yep.
right? Until she gets soft in your hand, then put her down. And then slide back out, put your hand in, right here. See, she's really soft like that. So I can work her face. She's really soft in her jaw, but I've got her really soft right here first. Okay?
Right.
Gotta have her really soft right here. So I'm just kind of working through my buttons on this horse, right? Check my middle like that. Good. Check my shoulder right here. Because I know this horse likes to push with her left shoulder, and she likes to push against my right hip. Okay? So thinking about your different buttons when you ride, what leg or what button is this horse good at? What button or what leg is she bad at? Well, she's bad about left shoulder and bad about right hip. Go ahead.
Do you worry about the body before the head?
100%. That head and neck, you'll be shocked at how it finds its own way. Okay? That head and neck will kind of fall into place and be really soft if you worry about their body first. Good.
Lisa said, so just really work on those maneuvers.
Really work on these maneuvers.
Yep.
Yep. The name of the game is coming out here and doing things with your horse. So like, you guys can get an idea now that like this is my grade school level maneuver. Follow your head to the right. Okay, really good here. She's just following along. This is easy. I can just sit and look at this circle and she's not gonna drift around too much. Then I can go to high school right here, straighten this neck out, keep everything straight, and really test, do you come up off my spur good? Right? Are you good off my foot? And then if I take her head to the left, you're gonna see her really fail at this, and she's gonna say, I'm not ready for college. Look, she's gonna slow down. She lost her trot. She can't do this yet. So I gotta get out and go back. But
Would you say your seat lift is more of a style thing?
no, not necessarily a style thing, because I'm gonna address it now. That's one too many times, right? So for me, all right, and I'll tell you why we do that, okay? And it's really important. So when we lift our seat, all right, we lift our seat off this horse's back, okay? So I'm like this, lift my seat off her back. You have to think about when you're training any horse, there's a puff, that's a light seat. When you're training any horse, okay, if you come here and I put the boots to her, all right, I take my legs, I do that, smack her sides, I'm kicking her to go up somewhere, all right? If I put the boots to her like that, she's gonna get really mad at me. She's gonna get more bracy in her sides, okay? Because if I take my feet off like this, remember, she can feel a fly land on her back, right? So if she can feel a fly, she certainly can feel when my upper leg comes off out here, because it's gonna put an axe handle chop to her here in a second, right? If you're taking these big wind up chops at your horse, you're 100% gonna brace their body up, all right? So if you have your horse bracy because you've kicked it a lot, that horse is gonna push into your leg, okay? So that's in a horse's nature, all right? So let's put that in one column and say it is by nature, she's gonna start off by pushing into pressure, all right? When she doesn't like it, she's gonna push into it. When it's uncomfortable for her, she's gonna push into it. That's how she starts, all right? With that being said, I don't wanna kick this horse because I don't want my legs to mean go that way, all right? I want whenever I go to my calves, my spurs to mean come up this way. Lift your body, okay? You see this horse starting to figure that out. I go to my spurs there, she lifts her body up. So if my legs are busy lifting her body up, then I can't lift her body and take them off and kick, right? That's 3 different things.
Right.
So my legs are occupied. So for me, if my horse gets stuck because it doesn't know where to go, because I have both spurs in, and it's not allowed to go backwards, and it doesn't know if it should go forward, right? So where should it go? Because if it went forward, it would run into my hands. And if it went backwards, it would run into my butt. So where's it gonna go? Well, your voice is not very uncomfortable for that horse, all right? And I think that's the biggest piece of that. My voice alone is not enough to get this horse to move off when she decides she doesn't want to, all right? I can't kick though, because my feet are busy. My feet are busy holding tight to her belly. So I have to have something that's more uncomfortable than my voice that will get her to move forward. That's gonna be right here. When she starts moving, I'm out, right? So I can come here. See that? I can't kick that. She's already told me she doesn't like it. So I can't kick her and punish her for kicking out at my foot, right? Because I'm riding positively. So instead of punishing her, I'm gonna come like this and say, let's trot off now. And see, she'll figure it out, right? She trots off, the pressure goes away, okay? So that's basic rule of it. That's why I do it. Why it works though is separate. So why it works is because just like when I take my leg out here and I go to put a big chop and kick on her, when I take my leg out here, she goes like this and leans into it because she knows it's coming. So she braces against that, all right? So my leg comes off and goes to kick this horse and she's gonna go like this and brace against it. So I kick this rock wall right here, all right? What I want this horse to do is lift her back through all my transitions, okay? So if I take my seat and I get off her back like this, right before I cluck, okay? And I've got my spurs in. Do you see how she has room to lift her back through the transition? She has room now to lift up. She's got all this room. I'm taking the pressure away. She knows she can't go that way. She knows she can't go that way. She knows she can't go left or right because my spurs are on. So where is the open door in her mind? Remember, we're training this horse. We're always giving her a way out. So what's the way out gonna be? Lift your body in the door that I opened for you, in the void that I just made right there between the back of the saddle and me, all right? I made a void right there. So she's going to, for 2 reasons, because there's an open door and because she knows the pressure's gonna slam back down into her. So what do horses do when they brace against pressure? They brace against it. So she's gonna brace against me and come up to meet me, right? So I bounce and she follows me up. That's what I'm looking for. So I wanna give that horse room to come up, and then because she knows I'm gonna slam down on her hard, she's gonna brace up against me, okay? If this horse lifts her body, her legs are free to take any gear they want underneath of it. So she can trot off, she can lope off, she can do whatever I want underneath there. She can change leads, all right? So I give her a door by coming away, and she takes it by bracing against me because she knows it's gonna be really uncomfortable for her afterwards. So it's not just a style thing, but it's a very important piece of our training, okay? Because you see it right now, okay? So I lift up and you see me this far out of the saddle when I do my transitions, okay? But you don't see it on some of our more broke horses because they lift up with me because I go to my feet, right? So as this horse learns to come up, you won't see this big gap and this big lag time between the time that I lift out of the saddle and she comes up, all right? You just see it right now because she's in grade school level lift your back, right? By the time she's in college level lift your back, my feet come in like this and they hug her belly and I lift up and she just comes up with me, all right? So that's riding like a team where we both lift up and we take our load, right? We both come up where I pop my seat and you don't see it at all because she comes up with me, okay? The only reason you see it so dramatic right now is because A, I want her to understand it, and B, I want you guys to see it, and C, because she doesn't follow me, okay?
You're getting some light bulb emojis.
What's that?
So you're getting some light bulb emojis.
See? There's a strategy. There's a reasoning behind everything that we do, right?
It's so cute.
So you guys are saying like, well, okay, so our feet don't mean go forward. How do we get them to take transitions? This is the missing piece right here. So when she steps off, I'm out. Good girl, right? And you might do that. Good. She starts moving forward. Get out. Right there. Okay? So when you start this with your young horses or your horses at home that don't know, get to where you can bounce kind of fast. Look at her head come up. She says, that's really uncomfortable. But do you see how when you're breaking your young horses, what's she gonna do? If she was a colt, right? If this was my very first ride or my second ride or whatever, how's she gonna get mad about that? What's she gonna do? She's gonna lift her body up to me. Isn't that what I want in the first place? But we've all been there. What about when your horse doesn't want to go forward and all you have to make him go forward is your feet? What do? Buck, kick, run backwards, rear, right? Because this is very uncomfortable, okay? This, she doesn't know how to get mad about this. What's she gonna kick out at my butt? She gonna rear? Moves off, good girl. That's what I want, right? So if you have problems breaking colts out and you're like, man, that thing gets country and you put your feet on, it doesn't go forward and you kick it, avoid that whole process, right? Avoid that whole process because you're just making a problem you got fixed later anyway, all right? So I'm gonna go to my butt to make them do things. Because going to my feet just makes them naughty, okay?
Lots and lots of bouncing, I'm sure.
Bouncing. But see, like I can go pretty fast and then I'm just done. So right when she takes the gear, she moves up, she responds to my voice, I'm done bouncing, okay?
That's smart but goofy.
It's smart but goofy, you got it. And it only looks goofy when you're teaching it because when she's broke, you won't see it. So like I could get her to transition right here, move over. I bounced my seat, did you see it? Not at all. But look how much lift I have under me. Right? Horse lifts up because I have her soft in her belly. I'm not kicking her and making her more bracy in her rib cage, right? So keep that in mind. We're not looking to make her bracy in her ribs. I want her really soft. So I don't kick my feet very often. You won't see me kick one very often because you just make them bracy doing that. So a lot of you guys are gonna have bracy horses in their ribs at home. That's what you wanna fix. So you guys saw this horse at the beginning of the week. It's now Friday. We've had a full week into her. That's what we're looking for, right? Much better. You saw her really struggle at the beginning of the week. Oh, still can't go straight. Not well, she didn't know where to go. Circle around, go to my maneuver, go to my button, right? Circle around straight. See what I have on my feet. She kind of fell over, I'll break it down. So you tipped over right, get off this leg. Stay off this leg.
Yeah, she's looking much, much better.
She gave it to me, I'm out, back in, right here. Good, low fall.
That was good.
Very good. So see how she's gonna stay in, pass, good. So we saw this horse at the beginning of the week, flip her head upside down for the low falls. That transition right there is what I'm looking for. You see, I didn't have to kick her to low fall, she could just roll up to me. That's what I want. Very good. Very good. So see this body up, legs forward. Body up, legs forward. I'll go to my counter canter down here. We'll mess her up. We'll give her a new maneuver. Hear me kissing in rhythm. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Straight. Around. Left leg still on. Sit on that spur. Up and around, she tipped over. So over here, she dove in. Push her out. Set her back up. Nope, she came a little undone. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go to my counter canter again. Just made a note of it, right? If it gets worse than that, I'm gonna have to push her around. I'm gonna have to address that. Head comes up a little bit. I give her some room with my hands. Push those legs through. There. Pretty. She really released her legs right there. Come around, didn't tip in that time. stayed much better on the outside of my circle on this side. Come around to my counter canter straight right here. On my feet. Good, in my hands, counter canter. Nice and smooth. Be easy with your hands. Rhythmic, easy, stay connected. Let her find herself, there.
This training could be used on an older broke horse, right?
100%.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
We have a horse that's 12 here, and
learning this.
yeah, and he's learning all of this.
Yep.
So, and he's pretty broke too.
Every one of these maneuvers starts off very easy, all right? The counter canter circle that I'm asking her to do is not very challenging. I'm not taking her neck much out of position. I'm not asking for a tight turn, right? What I'm looking for right now is just keep your head above water. Let's just stay on the correct lead and let's go around. When she gets better at this, I can increase the degree of difficulty, which then makes it a great maneuver for a more broke horse, right? Go ahead.
At what point do you start counter cantering?
Probably 90 days of training, all right? This is probably like a 3rd or 4th grade maneuver, okay?
And then someone said he just seems shut down, no reach.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh. To each their own, I suppose.
And then someone said keep head, neck going straight, right?
Yes. Yep, don't take your neck too far out of position because...
Oh, she answered it. You answered it.
Yep. Don't take your neck too far out of position because when you do that, it makes it harder, right? The more her neck is out of position, then the more you have to rely on your legs. And I know that this horse isn't very good off my legs yet. Go ahead.
What does doing the counter canter help with in regards to overall training picture?
Open things up, all right? So this horse, like I said, she gets tight in her body, right? She gets really tight in her hips and her body and her ribs.
She said not mine. Not yours.
Oh,
hers.
Okay.
Oh, this will help. This will help get a lot more reach. I was like,
okay.
oh, okay.
I like the horse up front.
Are you sure?
So,
Oh, that's okay.
like, I have this horse, and like, you see me go to my spurs, she shakes her belly, right? She tries to lock down and kind of tighten up on me. I don't want to do a lot of stopping and backing on one like this. I want to keep things kind of open and flowy, so my training ride is going to be kind of like this, right? I'm going to make her counter canter over here and swing these legs around and open things up over here, right? So she learns to get on my foot and flow with it. Good.
Okay, and then how many days in training would you start doing something like this figure 8 looping with counter canter on a new young horse?
About 90 days in, right? Once I have a stop, a backup, and a turnaround, then this is going to be the start of your hip control, okay? So I see a lot of people like they're starting their hip control stuff and they're doing this, which is great. But like when you start this hip control stuff and you're in 3rd grade hip control, it's just like that. Just one step, out, right? Pat her, pull back in, one step, out. Bring her head over, good, pat her. Pull her back in, one step, out, right? Set her back in, pat her, okay? And then I'm not gonna try to lope out of this for a long time. I'm gonna counter canter first before I ever try loping out of that shape, all right? Make sure you have a decent counter canter. Good.
Do you know what WWD stands for? What would you do if your horse break gates in counter canter?
Yeah.
What
would you do?
What would
if your
you
horse
do?
breaks gate during counter canter?
Yeah.
Either do it again, right? And do it again, really make sure you reward her when she gets it right, or give her more room. So like this horse couldn't counter canter indoors. There wasn't enough room for her. It was too hard. So remember, the smaller the circle, the harder the maneuver is.
Right. I'll give you this real quick.
Yep. I've been pushing off counter carrying mine because it doesn't look like it makes a difference. A lot of people do it now. It makes sense. Perfect. This is what I should be working on with Duchess. Absolutely, Caitlin. You got it. If you use too slow of a pace, doesn't slim on the forehand too much. Yes. Don't go slow. Don't go slow.
What would Jeremy do?
Yeah.
I thought it was what would you do?
Yep.
I don't know if that's two abbreviations.
I'm not, and like hopefully you guys see, like when I'm working on this horse, this is a workout, right? I'm not trying to go slow. I'm keeping her pushed up and I'm doing things with her. I don't want her to go slow. No point of training am I worried about speed. They will go slow on their own. Worry about balance. And what I don't have is I don't have a lot of balance on this horse yet, okay? So worry about balance first. And they're gonna be more balanced going a little bit faster than they are trying to go slow, right? Because when you go slower, that's increasing the degree of difficulty, okay? So she's already told me that she can't barely do this 3rd grade counter canter, right? And that was her good way. So we're gonna go the bad way here in a second. You're gonna see what that looks like. And I might drop my lead, right? I might break down to a trot and she might tell me it's too hard, okay? But we're not making this nearly as accurate as one like Dubs, okay? For Dubs, we were going way more accurate, okay? Good, very good. Very good.
Perfect.
Get this back. I'm gonna go to the left. You guys can see that.
Hi, Piper. You're so cute.
So I'm here. We're gonna set up for our lead, our lope off. So we're gonna go this way first. We're gonna make sure she stays between our feet. We've been standing, so I'm gonna break her off over here. Now a little bit of resistance there, right? She's a little bit up. Good. Set her back in. Got my right leg on. We'll try to go to our lope off here.
1 second. Can you explain how you're holding your reins?
Wide and low.
Height and pressure on each while counter cantering a turn?
Yep, I will.
Yep, okay.
Yep,
Perfect.
absolutely.
I just want to catch up before you lift off.
Yeah. Well, let me go to the right first so you guys can see it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
We have a pretty sunset over there. It's pretty.
It's a long time since we saw the sun, huh?
I know.
We're gonna set her back up for a lope off here. But notice how many transitions I do, right? Like if I see there's a big problem, I'm gonna shut it down because I wanna do more transitions. I want her to be really good at transitions. The only way you're gonna get really good at something is if you do it a lot, right? So I'm gonna move her over off this inside so she leans on the outside. That's where I like my horse to be. Weight on your outside legs. I brought my outside in, she came back over, so I'm gonna push her back over, right? So I got my outside on now. Good. Nice, really push your legs
That was
forward.
good.
Way better, way better. Very good for her. All right, so I go to my counter canter. You gotta remember, I'm on a right lead. So when I counter canter, I gotta stay sitting on this right stirrup. I'm gonna tip her nose a little bit, probably not much further than her left shoulder.
To the outside? Or to the inside?
To the inside.
To the inside, yep.
In the beginning, so right there. See that?
Yep. Whoa.
Good.
You scared me.
So just over this shoulder
I
right
thought
here.
you could run me over.
I won't run you over.
Jeremy.
Was the audience scared?
I was scared.
That's coming right on top of you, wasn't it?
You want to just keep this in your pocket? It's easier when you can see
Yeah.
the questions.
All right. Oops.
It scared me. Oh my gosh.
What's my opinion on break and train 2-year-olds? You're gonna have to, right? So I break and train 2-year-olds as long as their legs hold up and their mind holds up.
Yeah.
All right? But every horse is gonna have to get broke. So for me, I start when they're young because they're not as confident. So you can train them faster. Now, whether that horse makes a show horse or not is up to the horse.
Yeah, like we started Peanut when she was a 2-year-old, but
Yep.
we haven't shown her yet, and
Yep.
she's turning 4 now, right?
Yep.
So she just wasn't really mature enough for
Wasn't
it,
mature.
and
Yep.
like
So-
Marley was really mature for it, and she was super balanced the whole way through.
Yep.
So we were able to show her as a 2-year-old.
Hey, Dawn. Good to have you here. So yeah, so the example I gave in the discussion group was if you figure it takes, let's say 1,000 hours to train a horse, ballpark, right? It takes 1,000 hours. An ultra talented individual can do it in 600 hours. A horse that's not as talented naturally and can sit back and do things is gonna take 1,400 hours. I'm not gonna try to make that 1,400 hour horse compete against horses that can do it in 600 hours.
Right.
Right? That 600 or 800 hour gap is not fair to him, okay? So if a horse can do it in 600 hours, go show him, go have fun. But Peanut was a 1,400 hour horse.
Yeah.
So we just waited, right? We're not gonna cram that into 3-4 rides a day trying to make that horse go show against those horses, right? Because they would have taken 1,400 hours to get to the same point.
Right.
Okay. I would not count canners did not look like you did. He changed leads on me no matter if I have my spur on him. Do you hold their head to the inside to help their shoulder? If you hold their head, so remember inside versus outside.
Because I said the outside, but it's technically the outside, but it was the inside.
I'm gonna say, when we're discussing counter canners, let's think about it in terms of our lead, okay? In what position would it be easy for this horse to open her hips up and make a corner, right? How could we cheat her picking up her lead if it was a right lead? We could pull her head to the outside, right? Because that would make her open up over here. So I can take her head over here and she would have an open door over there. So I can make this counter canter a little easier for her by taking her head towards her outside front leg, right? Which would be her off lead leg. So if I'm counter cantering and I'm on my right lead, I'm gonna take her head over the left foot, okay? So you saw me when I did that, took her head this way to let her stay open over here. Now you take it too far, it's gonna be hard for her. So I'm talking just like if I'm standing in front of you, I'm bringing it like right here. Not very far, right? Not very far at all, okay? Good. It's actually better for them to do the process of bone line and mowing. Yes, exactly. 100% agree, Chelsea. You gotta, when there's professional MMA fighters, for example, right? They go to kicking bamboo trees, right, to strengthen the shins of their legs, so that when they're fighting, they can kick the other dude in the leg, and they break his leg and not their own.
Do they actually do that?
Yeah, they kick trees with their legs to strengthen that bone up, because you got to put stress on bones to make it stronger.
I didn't know that. Wow.
When a horse gets stress on their bones, the body lays down more bone, right? So that's why, just like muscling, right? When you start to lift more weights, you get thicker, right? Everything gets thicker. Your muscles get thicker, your bones get thicker, because you got to carry more stress. So it's the old adage, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Same thing with these horses. They got to be put under a little bit of stress to grow, okay? So horses that get left off until they're 3, right? I'll leave one off if it doesn't look like he's going to be a show horse.
Yeah, or if they're shaky in their front legs.
Shaky in their front legs, they need to grow up, and they get super downhill, right? But he's going to need the school, okay? He's going to need the school.
Yeah, she does have the cutest face in the world.
She does.
I love it.
I am riding late today. So then,
do you want to talk about
shoulders, keep the horse up to be square and up all around? Yeah, that's what you're looking for. If my horse wants to drop his shoulder to the inside, do I pull him in a circle? No, as long as you mean the inside of your circle, all right? So if my horse, if I was right there and I was coming around and I'm counter-cantering this way and she wants to fall in over here to the inside of my circle, so say I'm going to the right, she wants to fall into the left, I just need to get her open more, right? So I can just come here, I can side pass her out like this, and then take up my right lead again, right? And that would be honor this leg a little bit more, right? Stay in this lane a little bit more, okay? So as that horse gets more broke, you're coming along, opening this horse up over here. Taking this neck really far in a position, she's almost guaranteed to not be able to make this circle. So if I was loping right lead right here, and I go this far over, she's never gonna make that circle. But you gotta think, to steer at a lope, okay? To make corner on your off lead at a lope, you gotta get your hip going. Okay, see how her hip's not coming around? So when her hip comes around, then I will be turning. I'll actually be turning around, right? So right now, her hip actually comes and now I've turned, okay? So if I was on a right lead, let's say for example, I'm on a right lead going to the right. Basic, direct circle, okay? She's on a right lead, she is in a position that she can go to the right. She cannot make a left turn on a right lead, which is what a counter-canter circle is, by steering her front end, okay? So if I'm circling like this, I'm on my right lead and I'm going along, I could turn this way and not lose my lead, right? But you can't be right here like this, loping along and turn left. So you can't make that move, because to go that way, she would be on a left lead. So if your horse drops their lead up front, it's because you pulled them over and tried to steer your front end around a counter-canter. Don't steer this to counter-canter. If I'm loping right lead and I want to turn and make a left turn, I got to push my hip this way, okay? So if I'm right here, if I push my hip, you see that makes me turn left? Now I'm pointed to go left, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. What, brakes came out of nowhere.
I say, where'd the
Cold breeze all of a sudden.
I was like, what is that?
Hip around, makes the left turn. Push my hip, right here. Hip coming around, makes me turn left. So when I go to counter canter, I'm on my right lead, I'm turning left, I gotta push my butt around, okay? Steer with your hip. If you wanna make a left turn, you can't do it with your hands going like this.
I said lots of wind on Mike.
Yeah, I don't know, we got just a big old stiff breeze all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I wanna turn this way, I gotta push my hip around, okay? Push your hip around, that's gonna turn you left. Don't try to do it with your hands. You can't steer a lope with your hands, okay? You gotta steer with your body, right? So if I'm steering around here, when I go to lope again, I'll set her back up, drop her back in.
I wonder where that wind came. That's so crazy.
Love it.
Yeah, she looks good.
So coming around, here, right turn, over your hip, very good. Here, turn left, push your hip around. Push your hip around. Keep your hands out front, just keep her balanced. Push her hip through that corner. Hip to the right makes me turn left. Hip to the right makes me turn left. That was a good one. That was really
What if they try to change leads?
What's that?
What if they try to change leads?
If she were to break, I'll go to the left. You'll see.
Yep.
Okay, if I'm coming right here, she pulled on me. I'll go to the left, maybe she'll drop leads, okay? If she were to break and drop leads, I'll just like help her out, get pointed back up and load back off.
Also, real quick, is 10 minutes a good ride for a 2-year-old then?
Probably closer to 25, right? Usually like 10 minutes both directions, 5 minutes of warm up.
Yep.
My rides on 2-year-olds are not very long. Make sure you cover that mic.
I know. I'm gonna get my gloves real quick.
Okay.
1 second, guys.
So my rides on 2-year-olds are gonna be like 25, 30 minutes long, okay? Maybe 10 minutes both ways, 5 minutes of warm up I think would be pretty good. Maybe 15-minute lunge would be pretty accurate. No more than 45 minutes for a young horse.
Yeah.
Right, especially in the beginning. Until you decide like what type of show horse they're gonna be, then no, not very long.
But I wish that wind would go away.
I know, all of a sudden, it's crazy.
Okay, 1 second. All right.
Cold freeze too.
It is. It's freezing. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so we'll lope off left lead. That's better for her.
That's much better.
All right, so what do I have to the left? I got a tail swish that I don't have to the right, right? I picked up some stuff. I'm nowhere near as good. Now I'm a little bit off position here. So I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna set her up on the left circle first. We'll just find our circle first. So this is gonna be considerably lower grade level than my right lead, okay? So she's in 8th or 9th grade to the right, and she's probably in 3rd or 4th grade to the left. But maybe 4th or 5th, somewhere around there, right? Very basic stuff. So right here, I'll set up for my canter. We're coming along. She's a little out of position. I kind of feel her hips shearing to the outside. Hopefully you guys can see that difference.
Yep.
I go to my canter right here. That's ugly. Go the other way. But I got through it, right? I got through it, so I'm gonna just go around again. We're gonna do another one. So we're here. But see how much easier I make it for her? I'm not tightening up my reins, making it hard. I'm keeping my hands out front. Canter again. I gotta pull her head a little bit more to the right this time. Just drive it up, drive it up, drive it up.
Whoa, changing leads.
Switch lead. So I pull it around. Push his hip a little bit. There's she's biting my leg. Right? Pull it around, set it back up. Open back off. Try again. So I'm gonna come around, regular circle first. Coming around, regular circle to my diagonal. So your guy's gonna look a lot like this. That's a better straight line.
Yeah.
Now she got a little fast on me. We'll canter here. Up, swap leads. Push her out. Push her over. Get off this leg. She fell into my right leg. She swapped leads. She switched to the right side. So get off that leg. Loop back off. Try again. Loop along. A lot harder for her this way. Very right-handed horse.
Yep.
So right here, trying to keep my right leg connected. Stay on the left side, stay on this side of my horse. Kiss, drive up, she swapped.
Whoop.
Push her over. I'm gonna push her around. I'm gonna load back off. That's better load off, saddle her back in a little bit more. Regular circle first. The biggest thing, if she doesn't make it, do it again, right? Reward her when she gets it, but keep trying. Just keep working at it. She's not very good at it, but right here, there, out, straight, canter, corner, good. Cheer her on. Good girl.
Yay!
Good girl. Let her know she did good. That's what I want. See, you can do it. Be a cheerleader up here. Be a coach. Say you can do it. Keep trying. Now she'd be more confident. There. Look.
That's awesome.
Confidence. Look how much she settled in. Better. Good girl. Be a cheerleader and a coach to your horse. Be an asset to your horse. Be their friend. This is hard. It's all she told me was, I can't do that. It's hard. And I'm saying, yes, you can. Try hard. Dig deep. Keep trying. Dig deep. You can do it. You can do it. There.
That's so awesome.
Good girl. You can do it.
She's even softer behind now too.
Isn't that better? Look how much she softened up in her body. Right there. That tail's not as busy. Right? That's what we're talking about.
That's much better.
Try again. There. See, I kissed her up. Tail open. Try hard, dig deep. It's hard, I know. I know it's hard. There. Good girl. Good girl. Straight line. Hip on the inside, much better. Still a little bracy. More work to be done. Much better.
That's
Good
much
girl.
better.
Good girl. Good girl. Puff, lick, and chew.
Good girl, Piper.
Busy, right? She says, I got more in the tank. That's what that means. I'm not going to dictate to her. There's my pup. There you go. Good girl. But do you see the difference when I started cheering her on? Big shift in this horse's mentality, okay? All she's telling me is, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I don't have the confidence to try. So it's up to me to provide that for her. Say, you're doing fine, just keep going. Just keep trying, okay? You're doing fine, just keep trying.
Do you want to go over here and hold it?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Perfect.
I'll walk her around a little bit.
Yep. Hey, Mom. You can answer those questions? Huh?
I lost the chat.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, I'll turn the camera around towards me and you can read them.
Yeah. Big change you cheered her on. Yep, 100%. Huge change. Huge change. Different horse, right? And you saw everything soften up, and look how soft she is when we're done, right?
So many light bulbs.
Awesome. Very, very good.
Here, if you want to get off, I'll grab the chat for you.
Yep. I mean, it's back now. I just lost all the messages.
Yeah, I'll get them back for you real quick.
Good
Okay.
Good
Here,
girl.
do you want to hold this real quick? Just stand over there so...
So you're guiding with the reins change and figure eight. I know you were losing
I won't
it.
be able to see this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay. I have to help Jeremy real
Yep,
quick.
using my legs. So coming around, when I did that to the right.
One second, let me switch it. Okay, let's turn this around.
Otherwise, I won't know where we're going.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna get the chat back for Jeremy real
Okay.
quick.
So when I did that to the right, her good way, you see how I was able to keep her head a little bit more lined up. When I went to the left, I had to kind of pull it over here to make the corner because she doesn't have a lot of control on this right leg, okay? She doesn't really know what to do about that to go around. So I kind of had to open my hands up, try to keep it in the middle as much as possible. Because if you take it too far, you're gonna put too much pressure on this leg and she won't make it.
Shoot, I can't get the chat back.
Yeah,
Okay,
I lost those messages.
if you ask, there's a lot of questions.
I know. That's the problem putting my pocket.
Okay, if we didn't get your message, just copy it and paste it
Yeah,
in here.
don't be afraid to ask again.
Ask again, because there are some good questions, and
I'll go back through the comments after we're done.
Yeah, if we did miss it.
But-
Where's everyone?
Cool.
Piper, you did so
I
good.
did that work. I did that work.
You did?
Yep,
Yeah,
so-
so if we lost her, just copy and paste it back into
Yep.
here.
But yeah, so remember this right here is your friend, right? In all the videos that people send in, there's not a cleared separation between this is what I'm trying to do and you did it, right? When you start changing your ride to ride like that, your horse, look how quiet she is now, right? She's not like worked up about that. That was really hard. She's sweaty, right? She's looking over there. But she's really sweaty, like she's sweating her ears, right? But she's not nervous, okay? And this was a horse that when I started this ride, right? Super swishy with her tail, kind of grabby with her back end, right? But when I finished that, soft and
Someone
open.
said, was you switching your tail because your foot was right there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Swish her tail, probably for two reasons, right? My foot is there, and I'm asking her to kind of lift and drive, and it's hard. More than anything, I think that tail swish tells me it's hard. So I think what you guys will see as we go through this horse and we train on her more, you won't see her swish her tail at all at the
She'll
left.
start to quiet that down.
She'll learn to quiet it down
Yep.
because she'll learn if I try hard, he's going to be my friend, right? We're going to coach this horse through. We're going to say, hey, you did great today, right? Lots of this. This is the best training tool you have right here, okay? I can't stress that enough. This is better than any bit, any spur that you got. This right here.
Yeah, she did look super proud of herself when she finished.
Yeah.
You're such a good peanut.
Oh yeah, so is this maneuver you'd like to do is every day or sparingly? My horse gets hot during these. Do more, right? So did mine. My horse got hot. You got to do them until they get comfortable.
Like the big thing is when they are hot, you do a lot of petting too to kind of like
Soften them
relax
up,
them, soften
right?
them up. Yep.
This takes the edge off, right? Think of every time you guys have ever got in an argument and a person you're arguing with says, hey, I'm really sorry,
Or gives you a big hug.
right? Think of how that just takes the edge off,
Yeah.
okay? But if you're up there and you're going, let's go to town, right? You're mad, I'm mad. You're not going to get through that, right? You're going to finish that upset. And this horse said, this is hard, I'm quitting. And I'm going, no, you can do this, right? You can do this, I believe in you, right? When someone approaches it from that angle and you're being positive, it's a way different ride.
Right, for sure, for sure.
Miss Palm is your friend, yeah, exactly.
Hi, baby girl.
Hi from North Queensland, Australia. Love your videos. Awesome. We love having you here.
Awesome. We had a couple of people today. It was really fun.
Yep.
It's so awesome.
And yes, Kathy, you need the space.
Yes.
You got to have the space. So, Rylan, when your horse gets hot, you're going to have some stick-to-itiveness, and you can't get hot with her.
Right, you can't get all like, upset
Yep.
and angry. Yep.
The biggest thing about these horses is I have to be the opposite, right? I got to be the professional here. So she can throw whatever kind of fit she wants. If she's going to throw her sucker in the dirt and quit, that's fine. I'm the professional. So I got to say, get your sucker, let's go. We're going back to work, right? Pick it back up, let's keep going. Which is what you saw right there, right? She quit on me a couple times.
Yeah, she did.
But you see me kissing and driving her up.
Yep.
Always go forward, always go forward. Make it easy, okay? Give yourself room, make it easy. I can't do these inside to the left.
No.
You can't do them inside.
Well, we need
it's too
a lot
small.
we need a lot of room.
You need room, okay? So give her more.
I swear she's like baby powder.
I know.
Have you guys ever look at this? Whenever you pet her, your hands get like all
That's like my leg.
white
Look,
and
my
like
spur's white.
his spurs. If you watched yesterday's Peanut, was it Peanut's video?
Peanut, yeah.
They got like little white tattoo on her.
Yeah.
We asked her owner how. They were like, "Do you baby powder her?"
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so if they get hot, the biggest thing I want to make sure is I'm not causing a problem. So when you counter canter, you got to be really steady with your leg.
Right.
All right. So being really steady with your outside leg that you can kind of follow them across is really important. So when I'm counter cantering, this leg's got to be able to stay hooked up and just stay quietly on there. Right. So I'm counter cantering her this way. I'm just kind of staying open with my hands. Just kind of keep everything pushing across there to open up and keep everything flowing. When I counter canter the other way, I can kind of take a hold here and make her sit on this leg right here and stop this leg from going forward. So my right lead counter canter is more of a working on getting better legged through the maneuver. And my left lead counter canter, honestly, is just get her confident enough so I can start training at a counter canter.
Right. The right leg you can kind of like get like a position now.
Yeah.
She can like settle
Yep.
into a position. And to the left, you can't really have a position yet.
Right, right. Like I'm still worried about like,
Oh,
okay, so I think the best way to describe that, here you go. To the right, my outside leg, when I low perk to the right, and you guys saw her both ways, my right lead, this outside leg is maintaining a good shape.
Right.
Okay? So she already stays hipped over. She stays in a good shape to the right. To the left, she stays in that same shape. So my outside leg to the left is trying to create a good shape
Create a
still.
good shape. Yep.
So that's the difference. Maintaining a good shape versus creating a good shape. So to the left still, I still have to teach her why she has to hold her hip over. I'm still trying to create a good shape. All right? When she learns to do this, her left lead will look just as good as her right lead.
That's funny.
Okay.
After a light bulb moment, universally everyone takes off to their arena.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, you scared?
Really appreciate watching with this horse and having this problem. Yes. Bingo. Great video, learning lots. Awesome.
That's so
Very,
awesome
very
to
good.
hear. Jimmy,
Yeah.
she's scared.
Oh man. She's getting nervous. She's scared.
Aw,
What are you scaring her?
there was like a hot rodder behind her.
I didn't scare her.
What's happening?
Aw.
Confidence.
This is why Jimmy
Confidence.
takes
Right? Again, in the herd, right?
I'm running too, Piper. Don't worry.
If the low man on the totem pole flips their tail up over their back, if you guys see a herd of deer out in the pasture,
I'm
right?
running, don't worry.
And the smallest deer flips its tail up and runs, the rest of the deer don't even pick their head up, right? The herd leaders don't even pick their heads up.
I'd be a terrible deer.
So in her world, right there, when Macy had a hold of her, she said, "I'm scared," and the smaller deer said, "I'm scared too.
We gotta run, Piper, run.
We gotta run," right? So in this world, she goes, "I'm scared," and she looks at me and she goes, "Should I be scared?"
Yes.
And I go, "No, there ain't nothing to be
You
scared
should
of,"
be scared.
right? But if you watch that same herd of deer, and the head honcho flips its tail up and runs, the other deer don't even question, they take off.
So you're saying if you start running,
So if I,
Oh, God.
if I run, she's scared. Scared you, scared me, scared Kelly, scared the people on camera. Everybody's running away, right? But if I was out here and I'm just calm and confident and the world is crumbling around me,
but it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
look, she feels dumb now. She's like, why was I scared?
Oh no, I feel dumb too, Piper.
Yeah, so keep that in mind when you're working with your horse. Okay?
Don't do that again.
Jeremy is dancing again.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah, so if I'm scared, she's scared.
scared.
If she's scared, I'm not scared. Okay? Okay, keep that in mind when you ride. You have to be the herd leader.
This is why I don't walk them. I know that about myself, and I told Jamie, I was like, don't ever let me walk a horse, because when I'm scared, we're all scared.
Yeah. But just remember, when you work with your horses, you have to be the professional. You got to be the opposite. So when she's scared, I'm calm. When she's upset, I'm calm. Okay?
You're good at that.
If I ride a horse and it's calm and dull, I'm excited. I get busy. Okay?
Piper's gonna have PTSD now. Joe said, less screaming, please. Just try and do some relaxed farming.
Yeah, sorry. Rip headphones users right there. All the headphones users terrified.
That's so
Made everybody come back to the stream. You guys had this on other windows.
so, they're like, what happened?
Absolutely.
That's so awesome.
Awesome. So that's a good video for you guys. Feel free to share that with your friends. Pass it on. Right?
I'm so scared.
Feel free to pass that video on. Share it with everybody.
Looking at one
Right? Doesn't matter. I'm not going to look because I don't care.
That's all right there, Piper.
Yeah. So share this video with your friends.
Yes.
Pass it along. The bigger we get this thing, the bigger we can make this. The more people we can help. I know that video is going to help a lot of people.
Oh my gosh.
I know that video is going to help a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay? Very good. All right. Well, there's birds down there and they're scary. So we'll get off of here. Have a good night.
Yes,
evening,
you guys, love you all.
weekend. We'll probably be live tomorrow night on the couch. If the weather's nice, we'll be back out here.
Yeah, if the weather's nice tomorrow, we'll do another live.
Yep. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
All right. Perfect.
Bye, everyone.
We love having you guys. Stay safe out there. We'll see you in the next one.
Oh, 1 second.
One more.
How many Patreon members today? We have 131.
We're at 131.
So we are
19 away.
19 away.
Yep. 19 away on
So,
Patreon.
and then we're gonna give out custom spurs, your name on them.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's super exciting.
Those spurs will have Team LSH on one side and your name on the other.
#1 video so far. Woo! That's awesome.
Glad to hear it. Share it. Share it.
Share.
Spread it. Spread it around. That'll be fun.
Perfect. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.